Hi everyone, welcome to the Shobitam Trunkshow. We have your favorites back by popular demand. Yes, I'm talking about the pride of Telangana to very beautiful weaves, the Gadwals and the Ikats, and of course we have some stunning Korvai Kanchivirams. But we're going to open with our Gadwals, and we have so many beautiful saris today from our Gadwal collection. Let's just give it another 30 seconds and we'll get started. A very warm welcome to everyone who's joining in. I'm Aparna and very excited to be hosting today's trunk show, and we have a very beautiful collection. Hope you all are having a lovely time watching the FIFA games, relaxing. Thank you for taking the time out to watch this trunk show, be a part of it. Really cannot thank you enough because we do these trunk shows every other week and you've shown us a lot of love. So keep that love coming. All right. So on that note, let's get started. Now, this is a Gadwal sari. Look at this. Now, when I say Gadwal, this is an authentic Gadwal. And why I say this, it's very important because there are a lot of Gadwals out there that are sold as pure silk, that are sold as Gadwal, that are sold as handloom, but that they are not so. So every Gadwal on Shobitam is an authentic Gadwal. Now, this is how an authentic Gadwal sari is rolled after it's woven. So they're wound into a wooden block, and then as the sari gets rolled, woven, it's actually rolled into something like this. And let's check out what this beautiful sari looks like. Look at this. A very beautiful teal color against a black backdrop. Now, Gadwal sari has a very close resemblance. Now, the Gadwal sari has a very close resemblance to the Kanchipuram in terms of the color combinations, in terms of the zari detailing, handwork. They just take the name of the place where they are woven. So here is the very first sari. Check this out. Look at the stunning borders. Look at the rich zari work. This is your authentic handloom Gadwal. Look at the very fine details. I mean, you have to take a moment to admire these. Look at the zari work on the pallu. A striking blouse piece. It's not a plain blouse piece, it's actually a blouse piece with borders, with buttas. And then this is your Ganga Jamuna sari, which means it's got two colors, green on the top, black in the bottom, and a very standout piece. Now, in a lot of Gadwals, you'll actually see the usage of both gold and silver. And then there's oftentimes use of gold and silver on the pallu as well. So here is the very first sari. The next one is again a stunner. Look at this. This is your kesari color. It's your carrot color. And look closely at it. It's a Vairosi or your zari pin stripes. Look at this shimmering gold zari stripes. It's shimmering without getting overbearing. You know why? Because the zari lines are actually pin stripes. Very thin. It's not easy to weave because the tensile strength of zari and silk are very different. And beautiful black contrast to frame the sari so beautifully. And then there is a bottle green selvage. Look at the very rich work. Beautiful pallu and really very unique color combination. And this is how this sari looks like when it is straight. Moving on, a sea green this time, actually a mint green this time. A mint green with a deep maroon contrast. This is your beautiful Korvai Gadwal. Look at this stunning contrast, the zari detailing, and it's got very small buttas across the body and it drapes like this. Very beautiful sari. If you're wondering what these lines are, like I said, the sari is wound on a wooden block. So the lines come from that. It's a rectangular wooden block. Very beautiful pallu. The pallu is really the highlight of the sari. Now take a look at my pallu. I'm wearing a Gadwal as well, and all these beautiful Gadwals are 100% handloom and pure silk. So all these sarees come silk mark certified. And then look at the blouse piece. Now the beauty is you can get all these sarees, and you can also get the blouses tailored from us, all at a flat rate of $35. Your measurements, your choice of pattern, as long as the fabric permits. And on top of it, if you want any detailing, like I have this frill detailing, if you want handwork done on it, we are happy to do all that for you. And then if you want mix and match blouses like what I'm wearing that can go with many of your sarees, you really, can get ready very quickly because they look very trendy. We have more than 450 styles of mix and match blouses on our website. I'm going to show you a few of those are very, very popular ones. Let me show you these three. Look at this. It's a plum velvet blouse. Look at the very intricate Minakari handwork. This is not machine work, it's actually handwork. And then look at this one. This one is your Tanjore hand painted work. Look at this. So very, very beautiful designs that we carry. And check out more on the special page called shobitam.com/blouses. We have tons and tons of designs. You can get a lot of inspiration for your sari blouses as well. So a lot of you see our made to order blouses, the mix and match blouses, and say you want the same designs on the sari blouses, and we can do all of those customizations because we have our tailors in house, we have our karigars in house. Moving on, check this out. This is your beautiful jamuni color, and it comes with an ivory contrast. You often see a light body against a dark background. This one's quite the opposite. And look at the silver tone zari. So that's another different thing about it, and very standout combination. Look at this. And the sari drapes like this. Moving on, a different fabric this time. Now this is your Kora and Tussar in one. And it comes in a beautiful checkered weave, beautiful Ganga Jamuna borders. Look at this. So two different colors. Look at the zari work and look at the blouse piece. The designs on the blouse piece, diamond designs. And then this is your very unique fabric. Look at the weave closely. This is your Kora and your Tussar in one. And this is the beauty of the Ganga Jamuna weave. So it's a white with a maroon and a bottle green contrast. And it's got silver and gold, both color zaris. A peach this time, a very different peach with a lime green contrast. And the body has small gold and lime green thread buttas, your resham buttas, beautiful lotus border. And the sari drapes like this. So very unique. It's understated at the same time. It's got that pop of color. So very unique sari. Check out these check saris. Beautiful check saris. And you know what's beautiful, what's stunning about it? The equal width borders. So it's got wide equal width borders. So it's wide not just in the bottom but on the top side as well. So check this out. So there's gold, like I said, Gadwal employs silver zari too. Oftentimes you'll see both together. It's also got zari buttas on the body. And checks, is one thing that is always in vogue, never goes out of style. And a beautiful checkered weave sari. Like I said, two very wide side borders. And this is the pallu. So very beautiful standout sari. Another checks, this time it's a scarlet color and ivory borders, and you have to look at this very closely to look at the checks. So gold and silver borders, this is the top side border, wide lower side border, and the sari drapes like this. Moving on to brocades, we have some stunning brocades this time, and this particular pattern is very trendy. Look at the brocade weave, a deep purple, and look at the parrots, and look at the different color of meenakari and florals. A beautiful Banarasi style elongated paisley. So very opulent looking sari. And this sari drapes like, so the sari drapes like this, very, very rich pallu. And the lower side border, look at this, very dazzling one. This is your Gadwal sari with a Paitani style fusion. And I'm going to show you one more color, another very popular color. So the one that I showed you was purple. This one is a peacock green with a uh, like a pinkish purple contrast. And again, same concept and very beautiful, very standout, very royal looking sari. Another Paitani inspired sari, a grey, we've always seen a grey Gadwal sari is always taken very quickly. And the beauty of the sari is not just the color combination, but the Meenakari Munia Bhutas across the body of the sari. And let's take a look at the pallu. Beautiful Paitani style pallu. And then the sari drapes like. All right. Look at this beauty, something that you cannot go wrong with. It's your beige with your Meenakari buttas and your deep red borders, which go like this. This is a classic, and classics are here to stay. Another very stunning combination. This is your grayish blue and beautiful. I mean, this loom has been a bestseller loom. We've done it in so many different colors, and this is like a grayish blue color with your beetle nut contrast. And look at the sari, very beautiful. It's got that nice traditional charm to it, vintage charm to it. So very beautiful color combination, very opulent zari work, wide borders, and these are the tassels that I'm talking about. So at Shobitam, we really believe that a silk sari isn't complete without its playful tassels, and that's why we have these. So take a look at this. How about a sari in a similar color combination as what I'm wearing? This is, here it is. And it's actually quite different because it's got a tissue border. This is your Paitani style tissue borders. Look at this. So it's actually tissue. And then it's a rusty red color, beautiful blue color, silver tone buttas. The base is gold tissue and the buttas are in silver. A lovely rusty red tissue pallu, temple motifs, and then the sari drapes. Like I said, very, very similar to what I'm wearing. A bestseller sari. And you'll see why it's a bestseller. We have this loom in so many different colors. This one is a plum with zari checks, and look at the rich zari work. Look at the rich zari work. It's a mono color. It's a mono color, so the zari and the silk are doing all the talking here. So you can see how nice it is. I'm actually wearing 2 layers, and it really, really looks very royal. Look at this. The pallu is a very important piece of the sari, and especially from the back, it adds so much grace, so much beauty to the drape, and the tassels give it the perfect finish. So here is your next sari. For those of you who are not familiar, at Shobitam, every sari is shipped with the fall piku and tassels done. The silk saris have tassels. And then if you want blouse stitching, we are happy to do that for you. If you want your saris pre-stitched, now all these saris, these Gadwal saris are very generously woven. Look at this, how generous it is. So, even if you're on the taller side, these saris would work very, very well for you. But if you're on the other side, want these saris pre-stitched so they don't add bulk, we do it all the time. So reach out to us, check out the pre-stitched sari option. It's available with every sari, and we can make the perfectly stitched sari as per your waist measurements, your height, that you can drape in less than a minute. And look at this very, very beautiful sari. It's a green and blue dual tone. It's got self checks in silk, mango buttas, mango and floral buttas, very, very rich zari work. Look at this. I mean, these are the finest Gadwal saris that you can find. Um, like I said, there are so many people selling Gadwals. These are 100% handloom, all natural, and pure silk. So, absolutely the finest saris is what I can assure. Let's check this one. It's a strawberry pink color, actually a mauvish color. Looks like a mono color, but here is the surprise part. So check this out. Look at the pallu and look at the beautiful blouse piece. So here is the sari, and this one drapes like this, very wide border, and then the contrast for a pop of color. So the pallu and blouse piece are one color. A brocade, and like I said, grays just run off the shelves. And what's interesting is the two side wide border. This is the lower side border, a very intricate brocade. Look at this, very, very dense, no gaps. And then look at the top side border. Look at this, actually they are equal width. Wow. So two equal width border saris. And let's check out the pallu for this one. This is the pallu, very grand meenakari pallu. Like I said, in Gadwals you'll see gold and silver together, and this very beautiful sari drapes like this. And the wide zari border, especially on the top, it adds a lot of charm. So here is your next sari, and it drapes very, very nicely. And here, check this out. Okay, moving on. A black this time. I have a black myself, black and silver. And the one that I have has a straight border. This one actually has beautiful scallops. Look at this. Very wide on the top and bottom. Very intricate work. Who can tell that it's actually made completely by hand? It's most people won't think it is done by hand. So very beautiful sari. And look at this box pallu. So this is your box pallu where you have a box and beautiful motifs enclosed within the box. Look at the highlight of the sari. And this sari drapes like this. So here is the sari, here is the pallu. And no, you're not going to get these tassels, you're going to get the tassels like what I'm wearing. Vintage checks again, a beautiful sky blue and a pink orange contrast. There's also a third shade, a green shade in between, gold and silver zari. So a lot of details have gone into designing the sari and weaving the sari. This is the pallu, and look at the checks. The checks adds that beautiful English charm to it, and the sari drapes like a very beautiful English color again. This time it's a periwinkle, which is basically your grayish blue with the tinge of violet. Look at this. You'll see a very close violet shade. It's got silver zari, and then the borders are in tissue, just like your Paithani saris. And look at this. Very beautiful combination and looks very normal. So here is your next sari. A chartreuse this time, and then you cannot go wrong with this. I mean, it's a very, very, very vibrant, very cheery color, very standout. People can see you from far, and this is the pallu. And look at this very stunning sari. It's not just the color combination, it's the sheen of pure silk, it's the zari detailing, and all the elements that have come together so nicely in one sari. And the sari drapes like this. Okay, a sea green. Now I'm not going to open this, very similar to the previous one, but this one has silver border, and the silver, black and sea green blend very nicely. I mean, they bring the best of each other. And the sari drapes like this. Look at the silver zari, it looks very different. And here is the pallu. All right, so this is a very um, this is a sari that's very popular, the loom, and this time we've done it in a methi color. And look at the elephant zari brocade that completely blends with the color of the sari, the silk, and a kanchana color border, and the sari drapes like this, very rich, a sari for a grand occasion. Another methi color, this time it's a Vairosi horizontal stripes with your zari butas. I'm not going to open these because there are so many saris to showcase today. This is a bestseller, a rust. And rust is one color that goes very nicely with Indian skin tones. It's it really brings out the best in you. And then look at the 15-inch borders. This is not your regular sari, it's got 15-inch borders. Let's take a look at how the sari drapes. Look at this. Very rich. The colors, the contrast, and then the zari work. And look at the pallu. All right. White, red, and gold because you cannot go wrong with it. And then what if I say there's pink, Rani pink, and green too? So look at this sari. It's got checks for that added charm. And then here is the pallu. Something very different. This is your heather blue, a gray with a tinge of teal, teal blue. And then look at these motifs. Look at the parrot motifs in so many different colors, twin parrots. And then here, a grand pallu, and then a muted body. So a frost tone, periwinkle shade with your parrot meenakari contrast. A tissue sari this time. Now this is your coral peach, actually a coral pink color, and look at the lovely contrast. Look at the tissue that adds that sparkle without getting too loud. Look at this is tissue. And then what really steals the show is the combination. Look at this. So very, very beautiful pallu. And then this is the body of the sari. And it drapes like this. It's like liquid gold. Look at this. Very pretty sari. And here is the pallu. And then let's see what this one is. A classic Ganga Jamuna again with a teal Vairosi pallu. Not too common. And this is the body of the sari. All right. So with that, we're going to move on to our Kanjivarams now. And these are the Kanjivarams that I'm talking about. I think we left out one Gadwal. Actually, we left out many, but I thought this one was worth showing. It's a Methi and Kanchana combination. You cannot go wrong with this. Very muted, yet, it really, really still steals the show. So beautiful color combination. And every sari that is showcased today, the links and the codes are being posted on Facebook and Instagram. And then if you still can't find them, go to the special page called shobitam.com/live where you'll see the all the saris that were dropped today, not just the saris that I'm showcasing, but so many others that got released today. We have more than 300 saris that were dropped today. And then the special code for today is FIFA. Now let's get on to our Kanjivarams. What is a closet without a Korve Kanjivaram, especially when you love saris? And take a look at this beautiful sea green sari with your ink blue combination, equal width borders, and a lovely dual tone. Lovely, lovely dual tone. Now, Korve is a special weaving technique where the body and the border are very, very vivid colors, very contrasting colors. And then the colors don't run into each other. So the body color does not go into the border and vice versa. So they're woven independently and interlocked. So here is a stunning sari. Here is a pallu, and the sari drapes like this. Another Korvai sari, this time with a small border. Here is the sari in a dusty pistachio green with a maroon contrast. Very elegant, very understated, and here is the rich pallu. So a very, very classy sari. Next one is, how about we go on to our temple border saris, because temple border saris have that magic to it. Here is the first one. This is your Vadamali purple color, and it's a beautiful gold tone zari against it. Now the top side zari is on the prominent parts of the sari, and this is the lower side border, and this is how the sari drapes like. I personally have a Rani pink like this. Here is the pallu, and these are the tassels that I'm talking about. The blouse pieces come with a single motif for the sleeve. So here is the first sari. If you love saris, if you love Kanchipurams, a temple border is a must. Next one is a peacock blue. And you know what's different about this peacock blue sari? Sorry, it's a copper sulfate blue. And you know what's different about it is the tone of this gold zari. So the one that I showed you before was a slightly darker color. This one is a slightly lighter shade and a beautiful copper sulfate blue. And here is the border. And you know what will really bring out the beauty of these saris? Being monotone colors, a contrasting blouse. So here is your next sari. Here is the pallu. Ivory this time. And an ivory would look so beautiful with a emerald green blouse or a maroon full sleeves blouse. Take a look at this. So here is a sari in a lovely ivory, and the gold adds to its grace. So here is the next sari. And let's take a look at this teal. Again, a different zari color. This one is silver, muted silver. Take a look. Muted silver on teal. And the sari drapes like this. So here is the sari. Okay. Moving on to some different kind of temple border saris like this one. Take a look at this. This is your deep bottle green, and these are not your regular temple borders. Take a close look. So look at the design details, very, very long. Look at how long these temples are. A very ornate pallu, and then they drape like this. Imagine having these temples across the body of the sari. Next one is also interesting. A different kind of design. Geometric weave, and look at the green, look at the dusty color, and then you have gold. Look at the temple motifs, and it's a one side border sari because there's so much going on here. The geometric motifs are adding that contemporary element to it. And here is the blouse piece for this sari. How about another mono color? This one is a pumpkin orange, actually a coral orange. This one is a coral orange. Look closely. Very wide borders, mandala buttas. And guess what? There is a surprise element to the sari. And it's the contrasting pallu and blouse piece. So here is the beautiful pallu. And it comes with this same color blouse piece for that pop of color. So here is a sari in a beautiful coral peach color with this teal contrast. Next up is an MS blue color, a deep MS blue with your ink purple contrast and the same color thread buttas. So these are not your zari buttas but your thread buttas. Very rich pallu. Imagine these ready to wear with your tassels done, with the Shobitam tassels done. So here is your sari classic rete pet or your two-line zari borders. equal borders. So here is the next sari. Would look very nice with like a puff sleeve blouse. That's what comes to my mind. And here is the next sari. And another blue. This time it's a one side border. Beautiful, beautiful dusty teal color. Very pretty color. Here. It's like your Asian blue color. Here is the pallu. And look at the mandalas. You have to look at them closely because there's so much detail here. So very beautiful sari. We have the same loom in a peach too, which is actually modeled. So you'll see how the sari looks like when it is draped. Something very different. Your very small width border saris with two parrots or your kili motifs. And it's a very beautiful green and purple dual tone. Very small buttas that shimmer. Very pretty pallu. Very minimal yet very classy. So here is your next sari. What is Kanchipuram without colors? Kanchipuram is all about colors, zari detailing, and the next sari is all about that. Look at the beautiful colors. The pallu details. And the sari drapes like this. Another kind of temple border sari. Check this out. It's like a deep eggplant color. This is the pallu. And look at this. You really have to see the colors of the sari. They're not just very, statement temples on the lower side, but also look at the meenakari colors that actually outline the edges. So, and the sari drapes like this. How about a rose pink this time? And you know what's very, very beautiful about the sari? It's not just the color. Look at the borders. Wide, equal width borders, dual tones, and the design. So take a look at the sari. Here. Very, very beautiful, very standout sari. Going to quickly show you a few more before we move on to our ikats. Look at this. This is your madular color or your color of the raw mango, which has both green, like a mehendi green, and a red tone. Look at the ornate arches and very small buttas on the body. So here is your next sari. Moving on, take a look at the sea green. This has got your zari katam or your minute zari checks. Very beautiful contrast. Look at how generously these handloom saris are woven. And with every wear, they actually get softer. So here is the sari, and this beautiful, beautiful sari looks like a classic sea green with a red contrast. Okay, so two more saris without opening. Here, same combination as what I'm wearing, a deep blue against a red, orange, and pink equal borders. And then along the same lines, here's an off-white, a very beautiful off-white. Again, an orange-pink, 3 zari stripes. And then the body of the sari actually has thread buttas. And again, a very, very, very elegant piece, which looks like this. Very beautiful color combination. All right, so with that, we're going to move on to our ikats. Let's bring the ikats over. So here are the ikats I'm talking about. These are very exclusive designs in the sense that the weavers who actually make it, they do R&D first, they try new designs, and if it works out, they do it, they put it on the loom. And then these are very exclusive designs that you will not find outside of Shobitam. And you'll see why. Look at this one. Have you ever seen a Mugu design or your Rangoli design Ikat sari? Now take a look at this. Very beautiful designs inspired by your Rangoli patterns with dots. And look at this style of zari pattern. You know, it's got multiple stripes, something that you don't typically find. And then it's a very beautiful color, a shade of lavender that's neither too light nor too dark. It's somewhere between a lavender and a purple, and it looks like this. Another Mugu design, your classic Rangoli design, this time in a mehendi green and a different pattern. Look at this. Look at this very beautiful design. Uh, your Rangoli enclosed between diamonds, and all of this is like a pattern, a running pattern that runs across the body of the sari. So they're all connected. And here is the sari. This is the pallu. A very bold geometric design this time. Look at this. Where would you find these designs? Very, like I said, very, very bold design. A purple base with pink and white on it. Look at the zari stripes. Looks much better than your solid tissue borders. And then this is the pallu. Now this is a design that goes really, really well. We've got it in other colors too. And look at this very closely. It's a pink and orange dual tone. Very, very beautiful design. And the sari looks like this. Next up is a red, and it's got panel work. So there are multiple panels. Look at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And they are perfectly symmetrical. And a beautiful, bold, blood red color sari. It looks like this. Where do you find Bharatanatyam motifs on an Ikat sari? We made it for you. And we have them in 2 different colors. I'm showing you a red. There's also a green. And it's 2 different poses. You can see the one in the white is a different pose. This is a different pose. And like I said, these are designs not to be found anywhere else. This is the blouse piece. This is the pallu. And the body of the sari drapes like this. I thought this was another very interesting sari. Beautiful colors, like the colors of the ocean. It's a half and half sari. So the pleats area is a beautiful plain shade with an ikat panel and tissue border. And then the top of the sari, which is basically over your shoulder, and the front has this very nice detailed ikat pattern. Look at this. So very beautiful, very standout sari. A periwinkle shade. A periwinkle shade, no zari sari. It's just got solid silk on both sides to frame it. Here is the pallu, and this is the body of the sari. So looks very different. The color is very different. The absence of zari also frames the sari very differently. And here's your next sari. Now we're going to move on to our Ikat fusion saris. Here is the first one. Take a look. So these saris are woven in Pochampalli, Telangana, and it's a lovely mint green color. Look at the purple contrast. It comes with an Ikat pallu, matching Ikat blouse piece, and then the sari drapes like this. So it's got nice Kanchi fusion. The zari details are inspired by your Kanchipuram patterns, and then the bold geometric charm of the Ikat in one. Another sari, I think this is another very standout sari, classic off-white, red and gold, and beautiful zari work. So this one actually has zari on the pallu as well, and it drapes like this. So there are geometric chevron patterns. There's an ikat panel, beautiful zari work on the body. So here is your next sari. How about an Ikat Paitani fusion? So these saris again are from Pochampalli, but look at the zari detailing. This is a bestseller sari, and it's woven on a tissue base with your meenakari work, two lines of meenakari work on the bottom border. Top side, beautiful tassels, and here is the blouse piece, and the sari drapes like this. Very, very beautiful sari, very unique sari, not your regular sari. Okay, so we have thousands of Banarsis. What you see behind me is the Banarsi section. We have thousands of Banarsis from your katans, your mushrooms, your georgettes, chiffons, organzas, and more. I'm going to show you two standout Banarsi saris. Here is the first one. We've not showcased the sari before. It's a new design. This is like a dusty sandstones color, and it is a mushroom silk sari. Look at the satiny texture, the silver and meenakari details, and this is inspired by the Banaras skyline. Take a look. Look at the beautiful Banarsi skyline in a lovely sandstone color, dusty sandstone color, meenakari work, muted silver zari details, very standout piece. Muted silver borders again with the ghat skyline, and the sari drapes like this. Would go really well with a maroon, matching maroon blouse piece. One more Banarsi sari, this one. It's a super, super gorgeous sari, super, super gorgeous. A brocade sari, look at this. Inspired by your Kanchipurams. Very intricate geometric vertical motifs with a hot pink, Rani pink contrast, and a stunning pallu. Now, a lot of you who are not familiar with your handlooms, with your saris, think that this is actually the color bleeding into the other. It's not. So before the sari is woven, the yarns are actually dip dyed. And it's almost impossible to dip dye saris perfectly, all the yarns in the same place, right? Which is why you see these jagged lines. They are hallmarks of an authentic handloom sari. So it's not a defect, it's very, very, very characteristic. So here is your next very, very gorgeous Banarsi saris, and then we have tons of Banarsis on the special page called shobitam.com/Banarsi. All right, so I'm going to show you two Ilkal weaves before we move on to our jewelry section. Ilkal, these saris are actually woven in North Karnataka. They're very, very, very popular. We have these in, this is mercerized cotton. We have them in plain, and then we have them in the kasoti style machine embroidery as well. And they have the charm of the zari work, the contrast, the temple borders, but they're priced, they're very budget friendly because these are mercerized cotton. So here is the sari. We have many, many more colors on the website. This is one, and I'm going to show you the other one with checks. So here is a sari with checks. Take a look. So deep purple. Look at this. It's got that, if you are going for an event where you have to be there out all day, don't have to worry about maintaining an expensive sari, this is perfect for that. So here is your next sari. This is the blouse piece. Now we're going to move on to our jewelry. You loved the temple jewelry collection that we launched some time back. So in today's trunk show is all about beautiful Deccan weaves and Deccan artistry. So from our Gadwals, Kanchipurams to beautiful Ikats, and now we're going to show you our very, very beautiful black finish jewelry. I personally have one of these pieces, and you will not go wrong with this. So two beautiful peacocks. Look at how nicely it's actually designed, and a crescent, a moon in between. So very beautiful piece. Look at the peacock's face, the beak, and it sits around your neck very nicely. What I'm wearing is the Kerala Elakatali, very, very small leaf-like hangings that add that spark because they catch light from so many different sides. I'm wearing a gold tone heavy jhumka, and then We have this jhumka. We have two sizes in black finish. This is one. They have detachable studs, so you can wear the stud by itself or wear it with the jhumka. Look at this bracelet. Look at the shape of the bracelet. It's again two peacocks. And then if large jhumkas are not for you, we have the smaller size as well. So these are the small size jhumkas. And then this is your sun and moon pendant for the hair. The sun goes on the right. This is for energy, confidence. That's the right side, and then the left side is for the moon, for emotion, creativity, all of that, and both balance each other very, very well. So yeah, a lot of these pieces were traditionally used by dancers, but they are trending. Other people are also wearing it. A beautiful choker or necklace with this padakam pendant. So very pretty. The black finish makes the stonework flourish, and the motis, just elevate the charm. I'm going to show you another choker. Take a look at this beautiful choker with the pendant, and then this wunky or your armlet. These pieces are making a strong comeback. People are loving it. They add that beautiful, nice touch to you. It's actually adjustable, so you can adjust the width of it to fit your arm. Two hars or your long necklaces before we wrap up today's show. Now this is again one piece that I personally have. Look at this. It's your, and the dory makes it very flexible because you can adjust the length. And then we have this one, which has wider sides with your lotus design. And there are many, many more beautiful pieces, from our art jewelry to our temple jewelry, our gemstone jewelry, pearls, and then silver. We have almost 3,000 jewelry designs on our website, so you can check them all out on shobitam.com/jewelry. And with that, we are actually wrapping up today's trunk show. A huge thanks to everyone who took the time today to watch today's trunk show. Your support over the years really, really, really means a lot to us. And again, all the products that were featured today and the products that I did not showcase are on the special page called shobitam.com/live. Our entire collection of sarees and other products, we have more than 13,000 of them now, are on the special page called shobitam.com/all. We've added a lot of home decor products. We have customized curtains, and we even have spiritual products now. So do check out the full range if you've not checked out the website in a long time. I also want to thank our team. It's not easy to put together a trunk show like this every 2 weeks. So they've really worked very hard behind the scenes. Huge shout out to them, especially to Reshma, Mahant, Karthik, who put the inventory together. Huge shout out to the catalog team. They work day in and day out, and they never complain. And then to Prashant, who's behind the scenes, who's editing it, putting it together. Thank you so much for that. And thanks to all of you. Hope you go back doing what you were. And if you have any questions, any feedback, any particular suggestions or requests for sarees that you want us to bring, do let us know. We are all ears. And on that note, it's me, Aparna, finally signing off. I'll see you all very soon.